Okay. What's up, everybody? So, I got a lot of updates. It's been a real dramatic week for me. And I will explain everything because this is a good learning opportunity, because one of the trickiest things about self-employment is dealing with the uncertainty. Most of the time, we're not self-employed because we want the certainty of a paycheck. And there are going to be times in your self-employment career where you lose something that you were expecting to earn money from, okay? Your ability to deal with this and move forward regardless and keep doing new things and stay moving is going to determine your success as a self-employed person, right? So, what happened? Well, let me show you here. If we go to my email, then a few days ago, I got an email from Skillshare. Here we go. This is Skillshare's trust and safety team. Unfortunately, because we have found evidence of the behaviors listed below associated to your account, we have canceled your teacher payment and closed your account. Misrepresentation of enrollment, reviews, referrals, attempts to artificially inflate class ranking. The characteristics of the teacher account overlap with the characteristics of students' accounts enrolled in their class. The teacher's account is associated to networks of users exhibiting suspicious activity. And then for further reference, look in the terms of service or terms of use on Skillshare. So I read through this whole thing because I was like, okay, I haven't done any of this to my knowledge. Is there something I did accidentally that may look like I was artificially trying to inflate my class ranking? I looked through everything and I'm doing everything within terms. I've been communicating with Skillshare. So hopefully I can get this resolved. Luckily, if you copy this message and paste it into Google, there are times where people have been able to get their accounts back. There's a Reddit post somewhere. Oh, I have to take out this part. Reddit. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, that didn't help. I have a screenshot I could grab. Let's see, it's a Reddit post where somebody says that they got this message, but they were able to get it back. I don't see the post, though. Anyway, I know there is evidence on the internet somewhere that it is possible to get an account back after this. So, what's happened so far? This was 2 days ago, right? And this totally rocked my world, by the way, because I have been focusing, like, entirely on Skillshare. I was in the middle of making my 6th Skillshare course, and these are all courses I made specifically on Skillshare, not courses that I like ported over from some other platform. They're not even available on other platforms. I've been focusing exclusively on making Skillshare content because I thought that was one of the things I could do to have more stability, right? Because I'm trying to get away from dropshipping information because it's inherently unstable. So I'm trying to get more stability through earning money from teaching other things, right? Because that's what I want. I want to earn money from multiple different income streams about a variety of different subjects. Skillshare seemed like a really good option for that, and still does seem like a good option as long as this is just a thing that we can get through. And that's what I don't know. Like, it's completely possible I can get the account back. It's also completely possible that I won't. And I have to restart like all of the work that I've been doing and figure out what do I do with the courses I had on Skillshare? How do I get back into Udemy? Because basically, so this was a $600 paycheck that was supposed to be received like tomorrow, right? That I'm not getting, and as far as I can plan, that money doesn't exist anymore, right? So it's super problematic. And I actually don't have the live stream up on my phone, so apologies. Let me do that real quick. And then I'll show you guys what I've responded for them to. Now I'm just waiting for them to tell me if I can fix it, right? So this is the original message. And then let's find my first response. Here we go. Okay, so I actually sent 2 messages. I'll read these real quick. Hey, Skillshare team. I just got an email saying that my Skillshare account was closed. I feel really confused and hurt. I've been communicating with Skillshare about what I'm doing. I recently worked with you guys to recreate one of my videos, and I was given permission by Skillshare to repost it. Multiple times I've asked Skillshare about my courses to make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong, because I value Skillshare as an opportunity. But now I'm banned. What did I do wrong? Please let me know so I can try and appeal this decision. I've really enjoyed teaching on Skillshare, and I've been telling my friends about it and talking about Skillshare a lot on YouTube. What did I do wrong? I'm really confused and I feel really, really sad. Please help me, Jack Pitman. And then I realized, okay, well, I want to make sure I give them as much information as possible. So I sent another email. And this I was more like logical. And this first one I was really emotional. I felt super sad because I had just read the ban and I was like, fuck. I literally had like opened tabs to work on my Skillshare course and then opened a Gmail tab to check my email real quick, and boom, I was like in the middle of working on Skillshare stuff when this happened, right? Literally in the middle of it. So then I said this, okay. Hey Skillshare team, today at 9 a.m. I received a message from Skillshare saying my account was banned for one or more of the following reasons: misrepresentation of enrollments, reviews, or referrals, attempts to artificially inflate class ranking, the characteristics of the teacher account overlap with the characteristics of the students enrolled in their class, the teacher's account is associated to networks of users exhibiting suspicious activity. So I said, here's more information about me. I sent a message earlier about getting my account banned, but I didn't provide much information about myself, so I'm sending this message with more information just in case you guys need it. I apologize for sending 2 emails. I will not send any more until I hear back from the Skillshare team. I thoroughly read the terms of use, and I'm confident that this was some kind of mistake. I run a YouTube channel, and lots of my subscribers are all over the world. Particularly, I have a large audience in Morocco, while I personally live in Nicaragua. I believe that Skillshare has some kind of automatic system that marked my referrals as fraudulent because they are from various different countries around the world. Skillshare worked with me and gave me permission to republish one of my recent YouTube videos, and I'm confident that Skillshare will work with me to resolve this problem. Here's my YouTube channel. I linked almost every video I've ever done about Skillshare, and I explained what the video is about. Like I said, I'm being as transparent as I possibly can. I am confident that this is some kind of mistake. I eagerly await to hear back from the Skillshare team so that I can better understand what happened. If you need any other information, let me know. I will supply any information that is needed. Also, if there are any YouTube videos that Skillshare does not like, I am happy to remove the videos. I really enjoy teaching on Skillshare, working with new Skillshare teachers, and also being a Skillshare student. I really, really hope that I am not permanently banned on this platform. That would really suck. Okay? So this is the first one. And then I got one response. And they actually responded faster. I was expecting it to take like a week to get a response. But, I mean, this is all I got, okay? Hi, Jack. Thanks for your response. This is a completely separate issue from your YouTube video content. I'm writing because we notice one of the following offenses associated to your class or classes: a high number of account referrals from the same IP and device. Please note that we consider teachers working in collusion with students to inflate their referral bonuses to be in violation of our community guidelines. Please let us know if you have any questions. Okay, thank you for the clarification. I still believe this is a mistake. What can I do to prove that I have not made any attempts to work with anybody to artificially inflate referrals? I talk about Skillshare very frequently, but I have not worked with anybody to try to inflate my referrals. All I've been doing is making new courses on Skillshare and also making content on YouTube talking about Skillshare as a whole and sharing my experience creating courses. That YouTube content generates referrals. I have been in communication with Skillshare about my YouTube channel, and I have also tried to reach out regarding my referrals. I have been completely open with the Skillshare team. A few weeks ago, Skillshare reached out to me expressing concern about one of my YouTube videos, after which I immediately removed the video. I remade the video with suggestions from Skillshare support, and then I uploaded the video as an unlisted video and sent it to Skillshare to review. Skillshare responded and said that I have permission to publish that video. I have been completely transparent with my content. I have communicated exactly what I'm doing to Skillshare. I have not worked with any other individual to artificially inflate my referrals. All of my referrals have come from the creation of YouTube videos, which I have showed to Skillshare support, and occasionally some friends and family who are interested after hearing me talk about the platform. If someone else is inflating my referrals, it is without my knowledge or my consent. I have zero interest in inflating my metrics because I understand that Skillshare will not work with me if they do not trust me. I've been working on Skillshare for 4 months and am currently heavily invested in making Skillshare content. There is no good reason for me to risk my opportunity with Skillshare. A week ago, I sent an email asking if there is an easier way for me to tell where my referrals are coming from, because it's very hard for me to know which YouTube videos I make are referring people. I just see that I get a referral. I have no idea who or why or what I did to make that happen unless I recognize their name. Skillshare did not respond to that email. I got the ban email about a week later. Why did I not receive a response to that email? Was it the reason I got banned? I was just trying to better understand where my referrals were coming from so I can gauge how well my YouTube content is performing. I was not trying to manipulate anything. I have never offered anything in return for using one of my referral links. All that I do is talk about Skillshare, share my experiences, and then say that I have a referral link that gets 60 days of access to my courses and over 26,000 other courses. I have never given anybody anything in return for using my referral link. I have never even talked about giving somebody anything in return for using my referral link. I'm terrified of losing this opportunity. I view all of these activities as serious risks. Is it possible I can get my account back without the ability to refer people? Skillshare is a really big opportunity for me. I rely on courses full-time for my income. I understand why Skillshare is stricter than other course marketplaces, and I think that one of the reasons I like it. That is one of the reasons I like it. I feel I can make more honest, genuine content on Skillshare because there isn't as much money-centric influence. It is more focused on learning something specific, and I really value that. I would love to keep making courses on Skillshare, even if I can't refer people to the platform. I was in the middle of making another course on Skillshare, my 6th course on the platform. I am not just interested in referring people to Skillshare from YouTube. I genuinely want to be a teacher on the platform. Please work with me so I can fix this, even if I lose my ability to refer people. Right now, I can't do anything on Skillshare. I can't even take other people's courses. I know that you said this isn't about my YouTube content, but it has to be about my YouTube content because I've never made any attempts to artificially inflate my Skillshare courses. What else could be the problem? What can I do to fix this? Best, Jack Pitman. There you go. So now I just got to wait for them to respond. And it looks like I will probably know within the next couple days whether I'll get my account back or not, which is good. Because hopefully I still feel pretty optimistic that I haven't done anything wrong and that we're going to be able to fix the problem. Hopefully. If not, I have to start looking into alternatives. I have to figure out, okay, how do I push YouTube more to earn more money more effectively from it? Do I get back into Udemy? I don't know. There's a lot of different things, right? But anyway, now I'm looking at the live chat. So, Muhammad says, hello, please, I want to ask you, I'm from Morocco. How can I get the certificate resales for tax exemption from Walmart? Is it possible to get it? Yeah, so you have to create a business in the States. And it is possible to use services to do this, but it's going to cost you money. Like, I don't know all of the specifics, but I believe it can be done from between $200 and $500 as a foreigner overseas. You can set up a business in the US. Alternatively, you could set up a business in the UK. It's easier to make a UK business as a foreigner than it is to make a US business as a foreigner. These are kind of logistical things that may seem kind of crazy to you and hard, but it's just a matter of identifying people who have done this before and talking to them, and you can do that through Facebook, various other ways. So yeah, I'm freaking out, guys. Like, jeez. But, this is a situation I've been in a lot where, wake up one day and you're banned from something, or something incredibly stressful happens and you have to reposition. Unfortunately, this is not my first time in this scenario. And the worst part is absolutely the uncertainty. It's such a bitch not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing if things are going to, was the time I spent on Skillshare wasted? I don't know. And I can't even think that way. I have to prohibit these thoughts and not let my mind go down that path. So I have to think of ways to reorient those thoughts, right? So I didn't just work on Skillshare. I need to stop saying that I just worked on Skillshare, because it is true that I was making courses for Skillshare, but I still have this content. I've made 5 courses, or 5.5, right? Because I'm on my 6th course. So I have to figure out how to use that content. And I could post it on Udemy, but to be honest, I don't like Udemy. Udemy it's so tricky to get your courses to actually grow at a rate that's like interesting and amusing. I have like 4 different courses on Udemy, and a lot of them are experimental, so they're not as high quality as my courses on Skillshare. But even so, on Skillshare, like, even for the courses I made that aren't that great, they got students. People were watching them, even if it was like only like 10-20 minutes a month. That growth was there, and there was some growth. Whereas on Udemy, it's so easy to make a course and like nobody signs up for it unless it's free, in which case everyone signs up for it and barely anybody takes it. And I had a lot of success with my one dropshipping course because I put so much time and effort into talking about it on YouTube, and I was satisfying a very specific want and need, a specific problem that people had, and a lot of people had. Because back then, access to dropshipping information was it was harder to find dropshipping content. Whereas now, like, there's so much free dropshipping content. It's a different scene, right? So it was a super unique scenario that led to me earning money on Udemy. So, all right. Asim says, hello, can you please tell me about Udemy earnings? Your Udemy, yeah, sure. I can show you all my Udemy earnings. So, knowing what I just told you, I had a course that was doing really well on Udemy, right? It was a course about dropshipping. Well, it still exists. But keep in mind that the reason it was doing well on Udemy is because I was talking about it on YouTube. I was doing a lot prior to creating the course. There was a lot of YouTube marketing that went into it, right? So let's go to the very beginning. So I launched the course in October of 2017. It earned $903, and I actually made a big mistake when I launched my Udemy course. I didn't have any kind of coupon set up. So when you use a coupon on Udemy, you get 97% of the revenue from the sale. For example, if your course was to sell for $20, you would get like $19.72 or something like that, right? Almost all that money. Whereas if you bring the traffic, but you don't have the coupon system enabled, then Udemy treats all the traffic you bring as organic traffic from Udemy, which means that you only get 25 to 50% of the sale versus 97%. So there are situations where you need 4 times as many sales to get the same amount of money. So I got $900 the first month launching it without the coupon system. So I would have actually gotten closer to $2,000 or $2,500 because of this one mistake that I made. Okay, so that's important to understand. I integrated the coupon system after that, but the first couple months afterwards didn't grow as much as the very first month because, like I said, I was making a lot of YouTube content. I was talking about the course. There was a whole system in place, right? So that first month I made a like $2,000 mistake, basically. First month was $900. After that, $520, $513, $674, and then it basically doubled. $1,160, $1,000, $1,300, $1,300, $800, $1,200, $1,700, $1,200, $1,500, $1,100, $1,200, and then boom, the changes to eBay happened, and eBay outright said that they are against retail arbitrage dropshipping. They changed their terms of use. So ever since then, the course has crashed. And I'm also not actively dropshipping anymore, but I stopped dropshipping here. And this is actually, that's why the course sales went down because I got banned in November, so I was making YouTube content about me being banned. And obviously, if I'm banned, people aren't going to make as much. People aren't going to purchase the course as much because I'm talking about that. But with time, it actually started performing pretty well. It didn't even matter that I was banned anymore. So then eBay made that change, and then boom. Now we're looking at like, yeah, like way, way, way less money. All right, let's see. Yasmin says, what about Teachable? So Teachable is a much better platform for earning money, to be honest. So you also have to be good at marketing on Teachable, but on Teachable, you can have a course that's like $300 and market it, and it sells, and you get all that money. Whereas on Udemy, you can't really have expensive courses. You're only going to be getting like $10-20 for most of the course sales that you get. So on Udemy, you have to be good at marketing, and you can't sell your course that much. Whereas on Teachable, you have to be good at marketing, but when you do sell your course, you get way more for it. So it's a more serious like financial opportunity for most people. And that's also something I've thought about as well, is having Teachable courses. Me personally, I'm more interested in having loads and loads of students who pay a little bit for the course, because that's kind of how, like, I like having my information be free or really, really cheap, so that people, even in, countries like, and that's personally why I haven't gotten involved with Teachable, and it's also why I prefer Skillshare so much over Teachable. But I'm being placed in a position now where I have to reevaluate everything. So I have to figure out what I'm going to focus on. And to be honest, it's probably going to be YouTube, because YouTube is the thing I'm most passionate about. And it's also something that, like, I've always done very energetically, but also very, very casually. Like, I just throw content up on YouTube. I have a schedule to my content, and I have a lot of practice and experience making videos, but I don't make my YouTube channel in a way to make it grow very quickly or to earn a whole lot of money from it. So it might be time for me to start seriously considering making another YouTube channel where I do take that approach, or figuring out how to make more YouTube videos myself. I've also been doing a lot of research into advertising and understanding how to do that, because I understand that as an individual, my competitive advantage is, there's two main things. One is like my relentless enthusiasm and positivity. This is a competitive advantage I have. The other competitive advantage is my ability to create video content. I can just bleed video. Like, it's like breathing to me, because I've made so many videos so often. It's really easy for me to become comfortable on video and make videos very, very, very quickly. So I can use this by identifying industries where there's potential to earn money from making videos, but for whatever reason, there's a barrier to entry that prohibits people. But for me, this barrier to entry doesn't exist because of how easily I can make videos. Like, for example, making courses is an example of this. Because for most people, it's quite intimidating to put yourself out there and to record a video. You have to do a lot of practice. You have to do it over and over and over and over again and put a lot of time into it. But as a YouTuber, it is incredibly easy to make courses, because you have so much experience making video content already that it just translates directly into just being like, okay, I just got to make a video about this, and then boom, 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 done. It's much simpler for a YouTuber to create courses than it is for somebody who's never made any kind of video content, right? And so my ability to deal with the Skillshare situation is directly reflective of my ability to actually, like, deal with myself and figuring out how to use my competitive advantages to the best that I can in a way that resonates with me, right? And that's what I'm sad about with Skillshare, because I like Skillshare a lot as a student and as a teacher. I really do enjoy it, right? But if I'm banned on the platform, that kind of sucks. I gotta figure something else out, you know? The good thing is that, so if I do get this situation resolved, then it is quite likely that things will be much more stable with Skillshare. Because once you get some kind of auto ban and then you get it lifted, the chance of that oh, hey, someone's in the Zoom room. Yo! What's up, guys?
What's up, Jack?
Oh, wow, that Mauricio's been here. I didn't even realize that. I was distracted. How you doing, V? Thanks for
Pretty good,
relieving
man.
me of my monologue.
No problem, man. I hate to hear it. I mean, is it possible that somebody was trying to do you a favor and was using the same IP or the same,
Yeah, it's totally
you know what I mean?
possible.
It doesn't make any sense to me. If it's all coming from the same IP, then it's like the same person's doing it, which means it's either a friend or somebody who's trying to help you out or something. And
Yeah,
I
so
mean, multiple referrals from the same device and
I
you're
think
gone. I mean, it's crazy.
I think it's probably only a couple referrals from the same device. I don't imagine that it's like somebody's actually like paying or like it would be cool to know, like, of the referrals, how many of them does Skillshare think are artificial? Like, are we talking about multiple being 3 or multiple being 30? You know, like, it's a pretty big difference, and I have no idea. So maybe Skillshare will provide me with this information. Maybe.
I mean,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
tough part is they don't give you enough info for you to solve the problem from what the emails you got.
But maybe this is them giving me the chance to explain myself, because they could just not respond. That's what a lot of platforms will do. Once you're banned, they completely cut you out and you have no method of communicating with them. Whereas Skillshare at least is still responding to me. So like it is possible that this is just them being like, okay, we're going to tell him what the problem is, see how he handles it. Because there are videos on YouTube where people get banned like this, and then they just freak the fuck out, and they say a lot of really irate shit. And from Skillshare's perspective, like, if I was them, I would give the opportunity, see how they handle it, and then not give them the account back, like, you know? So
Right.
I have to be really careful and patient.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I mean, I read some of the emails you're posting, and I was like, well, I mean, he's handling it. I know he's freaking out, but he's handling it pretty good as far as the communication back and forth with Skillshare, because you don't want to just go off the handle and ruin it before, like
Yeah.
you said, this may have been the opportunity they're giving you the chance to see, well, let's hit him with this and see what he does. And then, I don't know if they keep up, do they check people that do YouTube? I mean, you know what I mean? Like these companies that have these platforms, are they
Mhm.
like going and looking, okay, this guy's a YouTuber, let's go see what he's saying about Skillshare or checking it out? I mean, obviously they know about YouTube,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't really affect your account. And you've already got approval for the one video. So I don't know, man. I hate it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so, and I know that they have some system to identify YouTube content about Skillshare. And in this case, it could be that they saw that I had an unusually high amount of referrals. So then they can see exactly where those referrals are coming from, right? So it could be that they became aware of the YouTube video because of the referrals. Or it could be that they actually monitor YouTube and see videos about Skillshare. I think it's more likely that they identified the video because it was referring people. But that is a little bit good, because it does mean that if they do ban me, say that I'm able to make a very convincing YouTube video showing how I was mistreated by Skillshare in a way where I'm still being grateful to Skillshare, and say that this video gets really popular, then like maybe I can get the account back that way. But that's a long game, and I don't know. That's tricky.
But when they said that multiple referrals from one IP address, did they even say the same device? Just the
Uh,
IP.
and let me check real quick. I think it said same
But
device.
And if that is what got you banned, I mean, it almost sounds like, oh, somebody was thinking, oh man, I got 2 or 3 email accounts. I'm going to help Jack out and make him $50 today and just sign up for 4 Skillshare accounts using separate emails, and Jack will get $50 and I'll just cancel these
Maybe.
other accounts and then, or
No
use the free
idea.
trials on every one of them or something. I mean, why else would why and how else would somebody be signing up on the same device with multiple accounts? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it says a high number of account referrals from the same IP and device. And like I'm thinking about things that, cuz I live with like 5 different people, and one of them I referred to Skillshare. But these are all like they're actual people who like use the service, you know? And it's like sometimes it feels like I'm getting in trouble for promoting the service. And it's like, don't they want that? I'm confused, you know. But again,
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. Is like, how can this guy who is promoting your platform and doing nothing but getting more eyes and more attention on your platform basically for free? I mean, yeah, the referrals and whatever, but to me, you're doing it just for free, until you actually start generating real money
yeah.
from doing it. I mean, why wouldn't a company want somebody promoting their service? I mean,
Yeah,
especially the way you do.
that's why they have the referral system in the first place. Like they make it incentivizing so that you benefit from referring people, so that you refer people, right? Like that's the point.
Yeah. But maybe if you actually referred somebody that's using your same internet connection, 2 or 3 other people in that dwelling end up using Skillshare or even logging on or clicking your link or somehow, some way,
Yeah.
it may all be coming from that. I mean, if you've had somebody that's on your internet connection using the same thing, because the
That's
IP
completely
tracking
possible.
is
Yeah.
the IP tracking is just crazy how they can tell
It, it would be
who's
great to
family
know
and who
what
knows who,
location these multiple referrals were in, because if they're Nicaraguan IP addresses, okay, I did something. Like that's where I live, you know? But if they're in like India, I don't know. Like but at the
Yeah, I
same
mean,
time, Skillshare understands that you can just mask IPs, so that probably isn't that. I don't know how I can prove that I'm not doing anything purposeful.
man, I don't know. I mean, and this is everybody who is trying to make a living online struggles with it. So I mean, you're not the only one. I worry about. I mean, my Amazon account almost got shut down once, and that was terrible. eBay. I mean, I've been pretty lucky as far as eBay not having any problems. I did have my metrics get screwed up because I pulled an idiot move and marked 2 things out of stock instead of handling it some other way. And but I mean, these platforms, that's the scary thing. That's why you got to be diverse. There's no other way but to be diverse, because at any moment, bam,
Yep.
all that work you put in, hours and hours and days worth of work, and it just goes, disappears in a flash. I
Yeah.
mean, it's scary, man.
You definitely have to. It's important to be able to like talk to yourself with the right language. Like I keep saying, like, oh, I've been working on this for 4 months, but I don't lose those 4 months because I what I did is I made courses, and I can still use the courses somehow. I have to figure out how to, but it's not like I lose everything. I do lose the thing I was focused on, and also what really sucks is, so I was supposed to get like a $600 paycheck from Skillshare tomorrow. That's not happening anymore. Like that's just gone. Even if this works out, that's still just gone. So that like if I in this situation I have some money from previous stuff, so I'm okay for a period of time. But if I had been relying on this $600 for like rent next month, like fuck, that would super suck. That would be really crappy. So yeah, but that's the whole thing is you got to have different income streams so that when something happens to one, it doesn't cause you to get completely effed, right? Even if you have just like, in my case, I'm okay for 90 days if I don't earn any more money at the moment. So that's assuming that like the gift cards I get from YouTube videos completely dry up, that I stop getting all ad revenue from YouTube, that the Udemy course completely dries up. Luckily, each one of these things gives me like $100 to $200 a month, and that's enough to pay all the necessities in Nicaragua. So I'm probably gonna be okay, but it's still like fuck stressful.
But yeah, but the way you've been going is Skillshare was fixing to be the spine of, you know, the consistency and the one thing that you could do focus the content on there, and then use that same content to kind of, you know, spread that content out over the other stuff. And it's just, I mean, it's just tough. I looked on there, I was like, man, what are they talking about? And I was like, oh shit. And I looked and I started scrolling back through in the Discord chat, and I was reading it and I was like, oh my God, how, why? I mean, this dude is not doing anything but providing value for free and showing people how to do all this crap, you know, on his own time, and he keeps getting just the hammer dropped on him over and over, and it's just like, God.
That's life though, and that you just touched on the reason why like positivity is rare. Life is tough, and it just like hits you and hits you and hits you, and you can't let it, like, you can't become bitter or cynical, because then life's miserable, you know. So, and I will say that the first couple times I experienced this, it was super scary and super overwhelming. But I've definitely gotten in this situation so many times now that I understand as soon as it happens, I know exactly what I need to do, which is usually go eat or cook something, hang out with friends, do other stuff, stay away from my computer for a day or two. Like, there's all these strategies to balance my emotions that I have in response to these events now. Whereas in the past, I felt like insane and losing my mind, and it's tricky. But it's important to do content about all this stuff so that people can understand, because really, like, self-employment isn't just about getting the information. It's also about your ability to deal with this kind of stress, because it is part of self-employment.
If you can't adapt and figure out a new way, and if you can't handle it mentally without totally freaking out, I mean, it's definitely, the self-employment thing is not for the weak-minded, because you got to keep yourself in the right mindset, because, you know, something like this happens and you go ballistic, and then 2 weeks later you find out, oh, if I would have reacted different to it, I could have kept it, or it would have changed, you know. So it's better just to be positive, and I mean, as long as you're not dead or literally locked up in jail, you've got a shot at making it better, no matter how bad it is. And that makes me think about, like, the week I quit my real job on a Friday, and then I was off that weekend. I'm like, all right, this is the start of it. I'm going to do it. You know, I finally quit my job, which was a very difficult thing to do. And then Monday I get a letter from the IRS saying I owe tens of thousands of dollars in tax. I mean, literally the Monday after I quit my job.
Oh man.
And I didn't tell anybody. I just went and basically just shut myself in the room and was trying to think through it, you know, figure out what I needed to do. And I called my brother. I didn't know who to call. He my oldest brother's got a business he runs. I called him and I said, look, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I don't have this money. It says that I have to pay this immediately, you know, and or else this and this and whatever. Of course, I looked it all up. And luckily, talking to somebody with a little more level head, of course, when you're going through something like that, you're not in the right mind state to make a good decision. I called him, and look, he was like, man, look, it's not the end of the world. Don't worry about it. They overinflate that number. You can get a CPA, and you can do an amended tax form. And he talked me down from the bridge, and I didn't have to go crawling back to my old job that I just quit. 2 days ago, and it took a while, and it was kind of nerve wracking, and I did have to pay some fees and fines or whatever for not filing my taxes right, but I got it amended and got past it, and 4 years later, here we are. We're still doing it, and I'm glad I went through that, because that was about as freaked out as I've been so far.
Yeah, and after you go through something like that, I mean, that's a really useful exercise too. Whenever something happens, just think about like, okay, when did I feel like the world was ending in the past? And for me, it's like, well, when this happened, when that happened, when this happened, that year, this year, and the other year. There's like 20 events, right? So it becomes more comforting, because then you're like, well, I'm still here. I'm okay. I'm alive. And I felt like it was going to end, but I'm still here. So,
And if you're still here, there's still opportunity, to do something else, or, this may work out. I mean, but if it doesn't, I mean, that's the beauty of the internet. There's so many opportunities. I mean, it sucks to have to start back from scratch, but you learn from all of it. I mean, you learn from the mistakes more than you do when something's simple and easy and smooth. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's almost like there has been many times in my past where something happened like this, for example, and then that caused me to figure out some new opportunity, because I'm definitely motivated, because I have to figure it out, So we'll see. Hey, Ty. What's up?
that light is too bright in my eyes.
Oh, it's so good.
Was trying to adjust. Yeah, I tried to join earlier, and the browser crashed. So I don't know if there's other people trying to join, and it's not letting them in. It said there was like 4 people in here earlier, but I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, Zoom is a bit confusing sometimes. So I don't actually use Zoom to do the live stream. I just do a live stream that's recording my screen, and then I host a Zoom room. So I think technically that causes there to be, like, there should be a delay, a couple millisecond delay of when we talk and when people actually hear us, like if they were looking at our images. But I don't know.
I got you.
Christian Gonzalez says, how long time takes guys to start making a decent profit? I mean, not sales, just profit. 3,000 to 5,000. I don't know if he's he's probably talking about drop shipping. Maybe he's talking about courses. I'm not sure. I need more information, Christian. If you give me more information about, like, are you talking about an e-commerce store getting $3,000 to $5,000 in profit? Or are you talking about a course getting $3,000 to $5,000 in profit? Also, hello, Ty, if you're still here. Ty's another YouTuber, B.
Yeah, he's in the Discord, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch his videos. He's got some good content. You want to know what I woke up to this morning?
Yeah.
So I went to bed early last night. Well, I actually just fell asleep early because I was pretty exhausted, but I fell asleep. I woke up at like 4 o'clock this morning, and I live with my brother, and he's got a dog, and the dog normally stays downstairs. Well, I hear the dog barking. It's like he's outside, and I'm like, there's no reason for the dog to be outside at 4 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, something's going on. So I go down there to check. While my brother's asleep, I go out the door and look. The dog's sitting there just wagging his tail, shaking his head, and immediately I could smell the skunk he had been dragging around for the last 2 hours. So apparently my brother was up at about midnight, and he let the dog loose, and the dog disappeared for like 45 minutes. Well, it come back with smelling like a skunk. So my brother left it outside and went to sleep. Well, the dog broke the chain, went and got the skunk again. For some reason, I woke up at 4 o'clock, opened the front door, and he's sitting there smiling at me, wagging his tail. And here goes the skunk, about half dead, crawling across.
Oh, it's still alive.
It was still alive, bro.
Holy shit.
I about puked, man. It was just Oh, it stinks. I mean, so now we got the dog outside on the leash. The downstairs smells like a skunk because my brother did let the dog in and he rolled around just a little bit, and it smells like skunk. So, at 4:30 this morning, I'm out there with gloves on and trying to figure out how to fix the broken chain. And I had to scoop the skunk ended up finally dying. So
Oh
I go out there
no.
and I scoop it up, put it in a trash bag. I don't know what to do with it. Uh, and so after that, I was just like, man, I started to go back to bed, but I was like, no, I'm gonna just start my morning
That's a
routine
good
at
way to
5
wake
a.m.
up.
Yeah.
Effective.
So take a quick shower and get to work and try to forget about it. So that's how my day started, with a damn skunk on my front porch, still alive.
That's hilarious. Hey Ty, how you doing?
Hey guys, what's up?
What's
Have you guys interacted? B and Ty?
I don't think he's been on. We've been on at the same time.
Yeah, 'cause Ty was on one of the
No.
last calls.
Yeah, I think it was just you and him on the live call last time, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't remember what were y'all talking about. I watched just about that whole stream.
Marketing.
He's got a lot of things going on. That guy.
It's funny you say that because it sounds like it's about to get bigger.
What's the next venture?
Hang on one second. All right, so literally about less than 30 minutes ago, I was visiting with a guy at my office. I was talking about work stuff, and he knew I resell stuff, and he decided he wanted to know if I wanted to sell a printer for him. And I was like, I don't really do a lot of printers, but what do you got? I'll at least listen. And he tells me the model, and it's quite an impressive unit. Stapler, sorter, hole punch, the whole, like an Eeks Office or Staples or something, big rental type of printer.
Commercial.
Oh,
printer.
wow. Yeah, commercial unit. And I said, well, let me see what I can find. And unfortunately, I looked around and looking on eBay, looking online, and looking at the metrics. I'm like, I'm just not real interested in selling this. And we got to talking about selling stuff, and he told me about his friend in Kansas City that has a 400,000 square foot warehouse that he does fulfillment out of. So needless to say, he's now my new best friend. And we were gonna talk further because he has another friend that does metal flow molds and injection molding, which is right up my alley for creating some of the items that I want to create, that I sell currently. And he's looking for more clients to put in his 400,000 square foot fulfillment center, and he does the whole thing. He has a cardboard packaging, somebody that fulfills that for him and does the packaging and the whole 9 yards. And he's also got this friend that does, they're actually working on a whole different project with like beauty products, which is how we got onto the topic of, or part of how we got onto the topic of, injection molding, making the bottles and whatnot. He used to spend, this other gentleman used to spend about 4 months a year in China, doing stuff over there, and then packing it to this warehouse here over in Kansas City. So needless to say, the last couple hours have been rather exciting and may come to fruition in a number of ways. So kind of excited, but you're always
from a conversation about a printer.
Yeah, over a printer. So I'm excited, but I don't know. We both got pulled away for work stuff, and now I'm just kind of waiting on him to continue the conversation. Might just have to be over some barbecue at lunch or something, but I'm excited. Needless to say.
That's wild. That's the thing about this business, is you want to talk to as many people as possible, because you never know which person's got that one product or got access to this one service or what, because just about any of that you can use somehow in reselling or even making content about whatever other people know. But man, I hope that works out for you. That's good. Now, is that like a fulfillment center or like a prep center you're talking
about? He does an actual fulfillment center out of Kansas City. I forget the name of it. It was kind of glossed over in the conversation. We both got kind of excited because they've had some venture capitalists back their patents. They have a couple of patents that for beauty products. It's actually more or less the process with how they do their beauty products. Just very, very generically or basically, they've got a couple of patents for the design process and the way it's created, but they have a little infuser unit, and it's disposable that snaps onto or is part of the dispenser on like shampoo type bottles. And it's kind of like, when you squeeze out a tube of toothpaste and it creates a little swirl and different colors, green and white and blue or whatever, kitty kind of toothpaste. It's kind of like that, but it's more along the lines of like a shampoo or conditioner or something. So it infuses whatever scent, flavor, or color. Kind of like the oil diffusers, how you put in a couple of drops of whatever essential oil.
Yeah.
But basically they do it with other types of products, but they've patented the line of their process and their units, and they've had a number of venture capitalists come to them and say, we want to do this, we want to do that, but they don't need the money. And so they're trying to kind of safeguard some of their products so that they don't get picked up and ran off with, which is part of the reason that they've cut off their some of their China parts, because they're all of their molds were actually in China, and they couldn't get a bunch of them out, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the whole story, so probably shouldn't venture to guess, and I haven't gotten the full story yet. But nonetheless, they have a great product, and they were talking about marketing it and how close they were to Amazon warehouses and whatnot. And so I'm super excited. I'd love to help them out in any way that I can. Helping them post their products to social medias and Amazon and.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. If you could get in and get a percentage off, whatever it is they're selling and move stuff for them. I mean, that's a good opportunity there.
That's speaking about having your own IP. That sounds so appealing to me right now. Like, having a product that you create, especially if you have a patent for something and then other people have to pay you to make it because it's yours. Oh man, that sounds so awesome right now.
Yeah, especially with the whole having trouble with Skillshare and whatnot. Did you get any resolution on that, or any second, third contact?
I haven't gotten my second contact yet. But if that happens today, which I don't think it will. Usually, I assume it'll take 48 hours for them to respond. Although so far with this, they've been more responsive than normal, which is cool. But typically, they respond to me between 12 and 2 p.m. So if I don't have a response by 2 p.m. today, then it probably won't happen till Monday. And they'll probably ask for more information, and then I'll have to give them something, and then wait, and yeah. Woo.
Well, I got to thinking, them saying that it came from the same IP or whatnot. Is it possible that maybe a referral link somewhere, that they're seeing it come from like the same service provider? Maybe somebody watched it on YouTube, or watched some talk that you had about it, that the link was, basically rerouting them through some type of proxy. Or
if I knew like the location of the violating IPs, then I could better understand. Like if they told me where the location of this device with multiple referrals, if I knew where it was, like if it's a Nicaraguan IP or a US IP or a Moroccan IP or another IP, then I can better form a conclusion about what happened. But because I don't have any of this information, I have no idea. And like it's funny because a week before getting the ban, I sent an email to Skillshare saying, hey, I don't know where my referrals come from. I'm having trouble tracking everything because I just see a generic referral link. Like, is there a way that I can resolve this? What do you guys think? So like I'd reached out to them about the specific thing. That's funny. Esta es la vida.
Yeah, I mean, if you had the even just the first few octets of the IP address that give you a good idea of where it was coming from or who owns it, and then you can kind of get a more general idea from there. But
yeah, maybe they'll provide that information, because usually every time they respond, they do something. They'll like provide another piece of information, or like say that, okay, we've fixed this. Like for example,
at least they're not giving you a cookie cutter automated response, because you start getting the automated response.
Yeah,
not good. At least it sounds like they're talking about YouTube stuff, and I mean that's not some automated.
The first one
generated email
was auto generated, but the response was an actual response, or at least looks like an actual response. So I don't know how I can prove that I didn't purposefully try and do it. And even if I can improve it, maybe the way their system works, it doesn't matter. Like I have no idea. I know you can get an account back. Like that is doable. But like I would rather have an account that I can't refer people at all on than no account at all, because then at least like my courses that have gained students and stuff can be viewed. Right now, like you can't view any of my content, and I just disappeared. Like,
surely they'll come through with some kind of explanation and give you the opportunity to pinpoint where's the violation. That's got to be the frustrating thing. Is it's one thing to just get in trouble for something, but to get in trouble for something and then you don't know what it is, what you even did, that to me is frustrating. But Jack, it's 11 o'clock. I got to go.
Yeah, I'll probably head out too.
We'll see you, Ty. Good talking to you. Nice to meet you. Jack, I wish you the best of luck, man. I hope they come through and,
Yo también.
Reinstate you, and just stay positive. I'm going to go try to get rid of the skunk smell. So
nice.
We'll see y'all.
Yeah. Ty, I'll probably head out unless, is there anything you wanted to go over or talk about?
No, I just I was busy and I saw the notification come across, so I jumped in when I could here, and good visiting with you. And I
Nice.
probably should do stuff anyway. So
Next week I'll ask about if there's been any advancements on this connection you made. Sounds super awesome.
oh, definitely, I'm super excited. Can't wait to for him to free up so we can talk a little bit more. So,
Wicked.
but we'll catch you next week.
All right, man. Ciao. All right, guys. Let's see. Any questions? Nope. All right, everybody. It's just me now, and I'm ending it. Unless someone asks a question in the live chat within the next, 20 seconds. I'm gonna play Dragon Quest. Been talking for 3 hours. I keep checking my email. Nope. Trust and safety Skillshare. Nope. QQ. Alright, guys. See you next time. Ciao.